SPE. Like, is it SPE to not pay for the bitch? Like, sorry, but
yeah.
I feel like when like I also feel bad if I'm trying to pay, because I feel like it's like their masculinity and they like want to pay and they feel like, oh, like I'm supposed to pay type thing. And I feel like, because like when I was with my boyfriend, you know, like if I paid for things, he would be like I would, obviously we'd pay for things, like I paid for a lot of things for him, but because I did make more money than him at the time. But literally, like, he would be, like, kind of insecure if I was paying for things. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's kind of...
because they feel like they have to, though, which is kind of sad.
I think, too, you shouldn't, like, for me personally, at least, I'll always offer, because I don't go into a relationship with that expectation of somebody to take care of me. And, like, maybe that expectation is, like, exists in society, but I don't think everybody, like, goes into it with that intention.
I also feel like it's not that deep. Like, just
Hold on,
pay and enjoy the rest of your night.
So I have a question for the men.
Yeah.
So if you guys got asked on a date by a woman, are you paying or are you letting them?
care.
So are you like, okay, like, hey, let's go on a date. Are you paying?
I really don't care.
So what if she tried to pay? Would you let her pay?
Sure. She's like adamant about it. Like, I think there's like no, let me pay, and you're not going to be a jerk about it.
Closer to the mic, please.
that's cute, you know.
What about you?
If a girl asks me out, yeah, she can pay for that shit.
Ha!
Would you say yes?
Jesus.
Yeah. I like it if a girl simps for me.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. It's so fucking rare, it's refreshing.
That is fun, huh?
No, yeah. If a girl's
So wait,
fucking
is this
simping,
free
fuck
game
yeah.
for us? Should we be asking men on dates?
Well,
I think you would have a very high success rate.
I mean,
Really?
there's
then I'm with
a couple different train of thoughts on this. I think some guys are like into this, like they want to be in their masculine frame.
Yeah.
And I think there's validity to that. And some guys are just traditional and they're going to be like, nope, I want to pay. Me personally, I don't think it's a turnoff if the guy pays. I think that's more gangster. That's way more gangster than she's so into you that she's asking you out. She's paying on the date. You can still lead and be in your masculine and she's simping for you.
But
that's
like,
some gangster shit.
Do you like respect her less?
No, I respect her more.
Yeah.
Really?
I see his angle.
I don't see. Here's the
because
thing.
what if he's gonna be like, oh, she wants me so bad, like she's like taking me out.
Dude,
That's rare.
It's
really,
just a nice thing
dude,
to do.
It's kind of hot.
Dude, I like it when a girl's like kind of. I don't like it when a girl's like.
Too much.
How do I explain this?
She's trying out sugar mama.
If a girl's like, for example, if she were to approach me and it was like in a really masculine, like, hey, wanna. Like if
assertive.
it was super direct, but if she approached me and she was kind of like coy and a little shy about it, that would be super fucking hot. So same with like if a girl DMs me first, if she went about it in like a tactful way, major turn on. And if she pay for the date, I don't know, maybe I'm gonna get dragged in the chat, but like,
I mean, I think that's a positive
I'm super
thing.
down for it.
It's also
I'm
encouraging.
super down.
If it encourages women to like sit in their power or stand in their power and like not be afraid to maybe do something that might be perceived as a little bit more masculine. I think that's where that bridge of understanding is.
Yeah, and I still like to lead. You know, I still like to lead in relationships. But if a girl is like, I don't know, I kind of like it when a girl's like, see, I don't like this chasing idea or like girls who play hard to get.
But girls like that.
Like what?
I feel like girls like to be
The
chased.
chase, yeah.
Probably.
They
because
want
it
to
puts,
feel wanted. Like I would never ask
Yeah.
a guy out first.
Sure.
Even if I like someone.
But so I think the thing is though, is that you like it because you're in a position of power. Because if the guy's trying to get you, you're in like a better negotiating position in the same way that like, for example, if I reach out to a company to do a brand deal, they're in a stronger negotiating position because I went to them. But if they come to me, it's just like a framework where I have more negotiating power if they're coming to me.
Yeah.
And that's how basically women's position is. Women have a bunch of dudes coming to them, so they have much more options. They're much more capable of being in the stronger negotiating position. So,
But I would say women risk more when they're dating.
I agree.
I think it's a bigger risk as a woman
Yeah.
dating.
Yeah.
Especially, like, I mean, age, like, if you're trying to have kids or anything, like, men don't really have to worry about that. Like, you can be 40 and go around and find some 20-year-old to...
but I look, and I because of, I've had plenty of experience having to be the initiator, because for most men, you have to be the initiator. Otherwise, you're going to be bro, you're gonna die virgin, bro. If for most men, if you don't initiate, like, you're done.
Yeah, because girls like a masculine guy that will come and like show that they want them and like kind of work for them. Like girls want that. Like I feel like the whole feminism and everything, they try to like break that down, and they're trying to say that's not true, but it is. It's like human nature for women.
You think girls coming to you and like being like more assertive to you is hot? We think guys coming to us and doing the same.
But that's the default, though. That's the default. So I'm perfectly capable of being the initiator. I've done it for the vast majority of my relationships. Although I have found that a lot of my relationships, the girls met me a little bit more in the middle. Like they showed a little bit more effort and interest, where there's like, a lot of girls will not play hard to get, but my philosophy on being hard to get, if you're hard to get, you quickly become hard to want. So I don't want a girl who's like, I don't know. I like it when girls are like, I'm a really no bullshit guy, so I'm the type of guy, I'm like, hey, I like you. Do you like me? Cool, we're good. I don't want a girl it's like where I'm I don't know where I stand with her.
I kind of disagree. I feel like I want the guy to come to me, but I also want the guy to be kind of hard to get. Like, I think my husband did that and it worked because he was like still hard to get.
Yeah, it's like a weird dance. Like I feel like you need a little bit of both. Like it can't be too hard to get, but you can't also be just come and get me. I'm open range, open season over here.
That means he's gonna be for anybody.
Yeah, like that's not attractive
if you're too
either.
forward early on, it's like you said, it's this dance that you have to meet it. If you're too forward early on, it's also kind of a turn off. Like that's
but
weird.
I think you're like right on the money when you're saying kind of like you're acknowledging women being in this position of power where like the guys are asking them out, and so they're kind of the weak one where they have the chance of getting rejected. And I think that's kind of where a lot of this resistance and the kind of issues come up in these topics about relationships, because we might think that because women are in that position of power, we need to disempower them by teaching men like tactics that make them feel like they're in the position of power, when in reality I think it's about seeing each other as like sentient beings, like deserving of compassion, deserving of love, deserving of healthy relationships, not about winning.
Yeah, sure. I'll just say, at least for me, and look, for the vast majority of my experiences with women, I would say generally speaking, I've been the one who's a bit more taking the initiative. However, I'm not going to lie and sit here and say if a girl slides into my DMs, for example, that's a turnoff. Absolutely not. And look, I can lead it from there, but if a girl shows a little bit of initiative, and I don't want a girl in my DM like, let me no, I don't want that, but just like show you're interested, clearly. But it doesn't have to be this like really abrasive thing. So yeah, but I also don't like it if a girl like slides into my DMs and is like kind of coy with it and is like, hey, how's your day going? I'm like, bro, just I like when girls are upfront. Just upfront, hey, whatever, thought you're cute, whatever. And so but to bring it back to paying, I don't like to pay for the first date. Actually, hold on. Let's do some chats here, and I'll finish up on the first date thing. Okay, so we have. I'm sorry. I'm gonna actually step up and fix the Streamlabs because it's not triggering. Mike Davis, I apologize. I'm gonna try to get that figured out. But we have.
He can be a little rough, huh?
Okay. Oh, she's not here, bro.
Come on.
All right, I'll read that in a sec. Yo, Dustin Bond, thank you for the 100. Why does everyone on the show, current episode and previous panels, consistently say woman when referring to women, plural? Because we fail at English in California, I guess. I don't know. Or in the U.S.
Yes, we do.
Why? Consistently say women. That's why? I don't know.
It could also just sound wrong to you, but we are saying the right thing.
Yeah, maybe blame the Shure SM7Bs, I guess. Mike Davis, no apology needed from that blonde. She's not even worthy to utter my name. Holy shit, shots fired. She talking about insecure energy when she got fake boobs?
I don't have fake.
Hey, those titties are real.
They're, bro, check out her IG, just saying.
I don't have fake boobs.
Look at the dip.
Fake lashes, cake on her face.
Okay, I sell these lashes, so yeah.
Fake ass?
And I don't have a fake butt. So
she doesn't have
he's
what?
Stupid.
He's loving this.
Stupid.
Chain courtesy of a goofy simp. Did a simp pay for your chain?
I think he would still date me though. You know what I mean?
Mike?
Mike Davis would probably fly.
Maybe that's his way
Mike
of asking.
Davis.
Maybe he's curious if they're
Bro,
real.
Mike Davis, be gentle. Be gentle. Okay.
Baby, if you want to know if they're real, just ask that. Just say that.
I got to get up to try to figure out the
That's a
TTS
compliment.
thing really
Thank
quick.
you.
Madison, take it away.
What? Huh? I just want to say they look real. They don't look fake.
They're not fake.
Yeah, I don't know what you're saying, Mike, but can I tell
Mike's
them
got
what
a
Mike
lot
does?
of money.
He owns a bunch of Burger Kings.
Really?
Mike?
What?
Yeah.
Well, he should
actually
change his
have we actually
mindset
have
on
a
women.
picture of
He's
Mike.
not gonna get married.
Is that a Burger
Oh,
Kingdom?
Jesus.
Where's the picture of Mike Davis?
Burger King?
It's a Burger Kingdom.
You want to be his Burger King?
It's his
or what?
Burger Kingdom.
Burger to your king.
The
Well,
Burger
you
Queen
rule with
to
the
your
iron
Burger
fist.
King. I don't know what to talk about. I'm not a host.
No.
All right, everyone. I have a really important question.
Okay.
Whoredom should
Go
be
for it.
considered unclean.
Attention.
What, this is really deep, so if it's too deep, just let me know. What's everyone's favorite color?
It's too
Oh
deep.
my god.
I'm a blue girl forever.
Blue. Okay.
I like a good lilac.
Ooh, specific.
the smile after.
Wait, what did you ask, Shania?
A very compelling question.
What was it?
What's your favorite color?
Bro, I leave for
And we just bore the pot.
Wait, is it 8 or not?
1, 2.
Eat what?
Can somebody carry the conversation about love?
We were
I'm
carrying
ready.
a little bit.
To the men in the chat, do you want the woman to pay for your meal at dinner?
Okay, I have a
Have you
question
guys?
for everybody. Or
okay,
sorry.
you go. No, you
Yeah.
go.
Okay.
So I've noticed that like there's this weird thing like that we all refer to dating as a thing. Like if you're
Or you have a thing with somebody.
Yeah, you have a thing with somebody.
Okay, okay.
I find this to be like the most disgusting and appalling Gen
That's
Z
just like a
term ever. Like, oh, I'm a thing.
Situationship.
I
I hate
also feel
situationship.
Well, no,
like
but a
people-
situationship
Oh, we have a thing.
is dating. That's what you used to call it in the 80s and the 90s. Like, you didn't call it a situationship. You just were dating that person. They weren't your boyfriend or
I
your
also
girlfriend.
feel like relationships that start off that like with like situationships and things
Yeah,
are
you
less
say a
likely to
thing.
last.
Yes, that. But I
Not
just,
gonna
I
lie.
hate the like term thing. It sounds
Yeah.
just so like I'm a thing.
So what should the term be?
I say I'm.
I don't
seeing
like.
someone.
I'm dating.
Like
I'm
seeing
seeing
somebody.
somebody. I'm
That's
dating
yeah.
somebody.
Yeah.
Like you to be dating somebody doesn't mean you necessarily have to be their boyfriend or their girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
you
Yeah,
can just
but I guess
be
people
going
take
out
it
on
as oh,
dates.
so you have a boyfriend.
They're
you're
courting
taking-
you or whatever. If you
I don't
want
know
to go
about
into
like you guys
Bridgerton.
also, but
Yeah, I think
from
it's like the
personal-
TV effect.
Personal experience being in like a thing, I was miserable being
Yeah,
in
they're
a
terrible.
Situationships
Oh my
are
gosh.
the worst.
They're
Exactly.
horrible.
We were
Do you
talking
think
about this
there's-
earlier, but
And they last so long nowadays. Like it
Yes,
used to
a
be like you
year.
go on dates and like 3 dates maybe, and then
Yeah.
it's like your boyfriend and girlfriend.
I was
now
in
it's
a
like
thing
yeah.
for like over a year and a half before.
Yeah,
That
maybe
was
that's why we
toxic.
call it
I
a
was
thing and it's not
miserable.
dating anymore
Because
because
you're
it's
like,
not
what
just
is
3
it?
dates. Yeah,
Yeah.
like
I get it
just,
like right at the beginning.
Yeah.
But once you've been on a few dates, it's like
I just hate
Not
calling
I
it
think
a
3
thing.
months and
Like,
then
it's
you're
so
like, okay,
lame
let's
to
be
me.
committed at like
do you mean?
minimum.
Oh,
If it's more than
just
3
calling
months,
it
then
a
you guys are
thing is
not
so
gonna
lame.
work.
Do you think
It's
it's
gotta
possible?
be the like. Hold on.
Do you think it's possible to have like a healthy situation that might not last forever, like a summer fling when you're maybe not you have love for someone, but both of you don't have the intention of like having a long-term committed relationship? Do you think it can be the positive experience?
Yeah, you don't
To
have to
be
put
real,
a value on
no.
something like
I
that.
think
I
for
don't think it's a
one-sided
bad
could
deal
be.
at all. No.
Like
Yeah, if
you're
it's
gonna
having
have
a
a
good
summer
experience.
fling. Say you like go to like Europe or something, find the summer fling. You're gonna leave and be so depressed.
Yeah, but I don't
You're
think
gonna
there's
be
anything
so
wrong with
sad.
that. You're putting too much value on the bad part of it. What about the good
Yeah.
part?
I mean, yeah, there's good parts, but don't you want that good part to last a little longer?
Yeah,
for
just
yourself?
create other ones.
How strong
Yeah,
is
but-
I feel
Or
like
you
one
could go
side
to
goes
Europe.
well,
You could go
and
to
the other
Europe.
side it doesn't go well. I feel like there's always one person that's like, oh, I'm chill with this, just
Yeah.
being a summer fling, and there's always a person that,
That
maybe
falls
catches
more.
a little more feelings but doesn't want to admit it.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like situationships are just too common nowadays, and it's like,
It's all there is.
yeah.
It's you
I think
get
being
People are
into
just
it.
scared of
forward is a
commitment.
lot
That's what I
better.
feel like.
Yeah.
They're
Or
just
or
scared.
they don't like hold their boundaries firmly.
Because it's like, oh, we're together, but like I'm allowed to maybe see other people if somebody else comes along.
Well, I was about to say, it's
thing.
not even a fear of commitment. It's just everyone is so disposable now with dating apps and,
Yeah.
and
I don't
it's
use
like
dating apps.
shopping.
You can just
Yeah.
throw it
So,
away.
like, one wrong thing happens with the person that you're seeing. You're like, oh, I don't like that, but I know someone out there will else have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you can date someone who's across the world now
Yeah,
instead of just
literally.
in your town.
It's also a good thing too, though, I think, because if you are in a situation where you realize that like someone does do that wrong thing, you know that there are like plenty of fish in the sea.
That's
and
true.
like you shouldn't be afraid to hold your boundaries and like know your worth.
Wait, are you saying that like quote unquote things might be good sometimes so you can catch red flags on the way?
Definitely. I mean, I think like before maybe you want to take someone seriously.
Ooh, I
and
was
like
excited.
meet your parents and stuff. It's good to like have a quick like.
I'm so excited.
Situation.
Fight, but you Simps
did I?
learn.
I fixed it.
Is this the guy again? Are we gonna fight?
Cleaner, yet just like the sun will rise tomorrow, you Simps will be in their DM.
Oh, I read this, but
I'm choosing violence and yal on notice.
Yal
Was this
on
an old
notice.
one?
The choosing violence
Yeah, I
says
had
it
to
all.
trigger it. All right, we
Small
have
energy.
feeling. She learns nothing. Okay. Feeling dangerous.
I said small energy. I didn't say the other word.
Okay, feeling dangerous. 113 donated 100. Thank you, man. For the women that define ambition, but not a dollar amount in terms of earnings, explain why that would be better than. I need to fix the size of this, but why would that be better than steel worker, longshoreman, or oil worker? All three of which make six figures and don't come with a risk of failure of blind emotion. Come with a risk of failure or blind ambition.
That question was too long.
Yeah. I guess
Explain why they would be better than a steel worker, longshoreman, or oil worker.
He's saying somebody that has ambition, but like has like a McDonald's job type thing is. How is that better than somebody who has a steel worker job or whatever?
Oh, okay. Feeling dangerous. Thank you, man. Sorry. It's going to cut off that last sentence, unfortunately, until I can fix it. But did you have something?
No.
Oh, I thought you were about to. Okay. Yeah, I don't think guys should pay for first dates.
I don't think you should be expected to.
Well, I agree. I certainly agree with that.
But I think that it's a nice gesture.
But you do pay for first dates, don't you?
Eh.
So you just don't go on dates anymore?
Depends. Here's my thing.
How do you get? What reaction do you get to that?
Well, it's fun. It varies, but my thing is when it comes to paying for the first date is, a lot of people say, you don't get to keep the traditional gender roles that benefit you and disregard the rest. So you have a bunch of like liberal feminist women who it's a deal breaker if the guy won't pay for the first date. Yet they refuse to adhere to their own gender roles.
Yeah, that's why I can't agree with paying, making you pay on the first date because it just doesn't add up with my other.
I'm not saying
opinions.
I'm making him pay. It's more so if he's asking me.
Take care of
or just thinking that you're going to be really in the after that. That's I think.
If you don't like gender roles, then you shouldn't expect a man to pay for you on the first date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to be consistent.
Wait, what's your response to that?
Oh, Jesus. I guess gender role, to negate gender roles doesn't mean that, the person who, asks you out or, if you're a submissive type, want to be taken care of. I can't really explain it. It's like a mother's tell your daughters thing, he should pay for your first date. And
that's gender roles, though.
Yeah.
So that means you believe in traditional gender roles, which I agree with you, but I believe in traditional gender roles.
I believe in certain gender roles.
In the form of, your
but
hormones.
You only believe in the ones that benefit you
No.
as a woman.
No.
Okay.
Not all.
Well, I think too, like you're saying, I don't think you necessarily have to abide by traditional gender roles to assume that a guy would offer to pay for a date that he asked you on. I don't think that that's necessarily completely true. It's situation based. So for me, if a guy asked me on a date, I would still offer to pay, but I would expect him to offer as well because he's asking me. And if he offered, I would probably say yes and say thank you, but that doesn't mean that I think that, I should be a housewife and only clean in the kitchen and that I shouldn't be independent. I feel like it's deeper than that.
But if you don't believe in gender roles, then why do you think